Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's MargaretGeorgeTune.com. I'm back with another Monday Morning Mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax. Let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? Well, I've got a coffee that came to the channel courtesy of viewer Mike Handel. Mike, thanks again very, very much. Hang on 1 minute. Morning sip. Yeah, this is a good one. This is Sterling Roastery's Columbia Medium Roast in their Keurig cup. Their Keurig cups that are available now. They launched this last fall, I think at the end of last fall, like November, December, something like that. And Mike Handel very, very kindly sent along 12 of these to the channel. Not 12 boxes, 12 Keurig cups. One box, 12 Keurig cups. And believe me, they've been going fast because I'm down to my last two. At the rate I'm drinking in them, 12 boxes would have been great. Absolutely fantastic. Love this one. Columbia Medium Roast. Really, really good. So if you have a Keurig coffee maker, check these out from Sterling Roastery. Columbia Medium Roast, their Keurig cups. Really a big thank you to Mike Handel for these. Really do appreciate it. I'm going to enjoy those last two, no doubt. I'm going to savor those last two, absolutely. And this morning we're using, the really, really well-received George coffee mugs. Really liked the way they came out. Of course, we have, this is the 30-degree shaving coffee mug. It's George holding a razor there. You see this on the show every week, this particular drawing. And I also reproduced that in the originally drawn George sketches that we send out in exchange for shaving tips from viewers. And on the back, we have our very, very familiar expression, 30 degrees, a light touch, let the razor do all the work, gentlemen. Yeah, so these are available at the George Tune Shaving online store. We'll have that link below. And I am just delighted with the way they came out. They just really came out really, really, very, very well. Just really, very colorful. They look absolutely great. So if you're interested, we'll have the links below, and we'll also talk about these mugs a little later on in the show. So how are you? I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. Hey, viewer Rodney Ripplinger reminds us that it's National Coffee Day, and National Coffee Day is January 1st through December 31st. I thought that was great. Yeah, every day is National Coffee Day, absolutely. But actually, here in the United States, it is a national holiday. It's a federal holiday. It's President's Day, also known as Washington's birthday. A little bit of information here from Wikipedia. Just to clarify, the holiday, President's Day, officially Washington's birthday at the federal governmental level, is a holiday in the United States celebrated on the third Monday of February. It is often celebrated to honor all those who have served as presidents of the United States, and since 1879 has been the federal holiday honoring founding father George Washington. The day is an official state holiday in most states under various names. Depending upon the specific law, the state holiday may officially celebrate Washington alone, Washington and Abraham Lincoln, or some other combination of U.S. presidents, such as Washington and Thomas Jefferson, that sort of thing. So however you label it, happy President's Day, happy Washington's birthday today. No mail, no banking, federal offices are closed. So it is a federal holiday. So if you are at home enjoying this federal holiday, thanks very much for tuning in. Now, if for some reason you had to go into work today, well, hey, if you're taking me along for your morning commute, thanks very much for the lift. I really, really do appreciate that. You know what? One more sip. Hang on. Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. As we like to say on the show, a good hot cup of coffee, a trusty mug. No, what do we say? We say, wait a minute. Let me get that again. I got it on a mug too. I got it on the Monday Morning Mailbag. Yeah, here it is. A good hot coffee, a trusty mug. Let the caffeine go to work, gentlemen. The number of times that I say it week in and week out, you'd think it would be burned into my mind. Anyhow, a good hot coffee, a trusty mug. Let the caffeine go to work, gentlemen. Again, if you're taking me along on your morning commute, thanks very much for the lift. If you're tuning into the show via the podcast streams, thanks very much for listening via all those platforms that are out there, like iHeartRadio and Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts, that sort of thing. Thanks so much for tuning in. Really, really do appreciate it. Boy, we've got a great show for you this morning. We've got a great shaving tip. We got a shave den visit. We have some more photos from viewers who have received their George coffee mugs. Boy, I'm really, really excited to show that to you. We have got some great refill comments this morning. Some really, really great new wet shave gear. I say it every week, but we have some really, really neat items this morning. And we also have some very interesting questions and comments this morning. One that is kind of a little different, but a nice change of pace, so to speak. So stay tuned for that. So I'm so glad that you tuned in this morning. Kind of stumbling through the show a little bit this morning. So thanks very much for your patience regarding that. So glad to be with you this morning. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. So let's get the show kicked off like we do every week with a viewer morning shaving tip. Well, this morning's shaving tip comes from viewer David Bates. Now, last week, David sent along some delightful photos of a coffee mug he bought at the George Toon Shaving online store, and it was shipped all the way over to United Kingdom across the pond, and he received it in great condition. And he let us know that, hey, the mug arrived, and I think it arrived in like 8 days, something like that. And just so delighted that the mug was shipped from the States here all the way over to England. And I had no idea that that was available on the online store. I had no clue. I'm still learning all about the whole process. So I was just delighted to hear that it was that the mugs are available for international shipping. So if you're in an international area and you want a George mug, chances are you'll probably be able to get one shipped to you. David had one shipped all the way to the United Kingdom. So David, thanks very much for that update. Really do appreciate it. And he also sent along a shaving tip that we said we were going to use this morning on this morning's show. And here's what he has to write. Mark, I would love, love, love to display a signed picture of George on the wall of the shave cave. So here's my shaving tip. My favorite blade of choice is the Bic Chrome Platinum. I would never have tried this blade as I consider Bic to be the producers of horrible, cheap, disposable razors and ballpoint pens. These blades on my beard and skin produce the smoothest shave with any combination of my 8 soaps and 4 razors. So my tip is assume nothing and try everything. I think there is a perfect blade out there for all of us. You just gotta find it. Fortunately for me, this blade was in a variety pack, or I would never have found it. Mark, I love the show. Keep up the good work, and may your God bless you. All the very best. Dave in Gloucester, England, UK. Now, I think it's pronounced Gloucester. It's spelled capital Gloucester. I believe that's pronounced Gloucester. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, because I remember seeing the word, it looks like it's spelled Leicestershire and it's pronounced Leicester. And I remember reading that and then hearing the pronunciation. So I'm kind of putting two and two together. David, let me know if I got the pronunciation of your town correct or not. Gloucester, England, United Kingdom. And thanks so much for an absolutely fantastic shaving tip. And you're absolutely correct. Assume nothing, try everything. And that's really part of the fun of the traditional wet shave, is trying different razor blades in our different razors in our shave den, trying different shave soaps, that sort of thing. That's really another great part and a great attraction to the traditional wet shave, because you have all these options and you you can magically come across the right combination that just fit your skin and beard type ever so perfectly. But you're right, you have to go out there and look around and assume nothing, try everything, which is why we have mentioned in the past, and you pointed this out, sampler packs. Sampler packs are a great way to try a wide variety of razor blades. So if you're just starting out in the traditional wet shave, buy a sampler pack and try those various blades in there, and you'll be surprised at what works best for you. So David, thanks very, very much for a great shaving tip, and a reminder to new wet shavers out there who are just getting into the traditional wet shave, get a sampler pack, try a wide variety of razor blades. So thanks again, David. Really do appreciate that great shaving tip and reminder. And to say thank you, for you and only you, an original signed George sketch. So please email me your snail mail address to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and I will send this to you post haste. And if you out there would like an original signed George sketch, just send me a shaving tip. Send that shaving tip to mondaymailbag@gmail.com. And if I use it here on the Viewer Morning Shaving Tips segment of the Monday Morning Mailbag, you too will receive an original signed George sketch. So once again, David, thanks again for a wonderful shaving tip, a great reminder, and I'm so glad that that mug arrived in wonderful condition. Thanks again for those photos. Really do appreciate it. Well, this morning's Shave Den visit comes courtesy of viewer Stephen Colbert. And Stephen writes, "Hey Mark, I just thought I'd send a few pictures of my shave den. I've been wet shaving now for about 4 years and my collection has grown quite a bit. Love your videos and look forward to the Monday Morning Mailbag every week. Take care, Steve Colbert." Now, I emailed Steve back and said, "Steve, would you like to elaborate on what you have in your shave den? Looks very interesting." And he wrote back and said, "Sure. Here are a few highlights from my den as well as a few comments." Now, this next item that he has a photo of is absolutely breathtaking. I wanted just to point this out. When I saw this, I was just awestruck. It's absolutely beautiful. He writes here, "One of my favorite vintage razors is this near mint Gillette service set from 1917. I don't use it often, but we'll use it on Memorial Day, Veterans Day, and Pearl Harbor Day in remembrance of our servicemen and women." Wow, that is an absolutely fantastic tradition that you have in your shave den, and what an absolutely beautiful razor to carry on that tradition. Thank you so much for sharing that with all the viewers out there. It's just an absolutely stunningly beautiful razor with a lot of history to it, and you have a great tradition of honoring our servicemen and women on those particular days. Wow, that's absolutely fantastic. He continues here, "Next, I absolutely love my second quarter 1963 Gillette Slim birthday year and quarter razor. It was replated in gold by Backroads Gold and is in pristine condition. I also had to include my Carve Overlander. If I want a guaranteed smooth, efficient, no irritation BBS shave with just about any razor blade, I turn to this one. Finally, you were talking about scent memories on the Monday Morning Mailbag this morning, so I thought I'd share mine. The first is Phoenix Shaving Fresco, a dupe of Old Spice Fresh. I don't think I ever wore the original, but when I first smelled this one, I was back in college in the mid-1980s. Next is Phoenix Shaving Low Haiku, a dupe of High Karate. This brings back strong memories of my dad in the late 60s and early 70s. Don't know if he ever wore it, but that musky scent from the 1960s, early 1970s was very ubiquitous back then, and I can see my dad wearing this or something very similar. Finally, Sterling's Waves of Grain. This was just an impulse buy as it was being discontinued. As soon as I tried this, my mom came to mind immediately. I honestly have no idea why, but I was transported back to the late 1960s at Christmas time, shopping on Essex Street on Friday night with my mom, and enjoying all the Christmas decorations and store displays before the malls. Very weird. I'll also give a shout out to Sterling Soap for their price point, quality, and selection. and the Phoenix Shaving for their originality, quality, and selection. Take care, Steve Colbert. Hey, Steve, that's absolutely fantastic. I also had an additional question about that vintage set, that Gillette vintage service set. And I wondered if this was something that was issued to servicemen or maybe to officers, something like that. He wrote back and said, hey, Mark, no, the service set was sold in stores and was meant for the public to buy as a gift for servicemen. The khaki set was issued by the government for servicemen. If you look at the khaki set, it always says Property U.S. Army. The service set does not. Steve, hey, Steve, thanks very much for clarification on that. Still, it's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful razor set. And all the way from 1917, if you go up to eBay, you'll see these for sale and for auction, and some of them are in very, very good shape. So if you're interested, check out eBay because they are still available from 1917, 1918. I saw one from 1918 that was up for auction. And yeah, absolutely beautiful. And a great shave den and some great memories as well. Steve, thanks so much for sharing it with all the viewers this morning. Really do appreciate it. Well, before I go any further, I wanted to share with you an anniversary, a sad anniversary of sorts. Last week, and I forgot to mention this in last week's show. Last week, February 12th, was the 25th anniversary of the passing of cartoonist Charles Schulz. And February 13th was the 25th anniversary of the last Peanuts comic strip that he created being published on the Sunday Funny Pages. 25 years already. And I'll never forget the day because I was at a meeting. It was a Saturday, and I was at a National Cartoonist Society Great Lakes chapter meeting at Polly Keener's house. Polly Keener, a very talented cartoonist and a very dear friend. And she hosted this meeting. We had a great meeting. And when I came home, about, 6 o'clock, something like that, my computer in my studio ran 24/7. I just kept the power on because I had a program that worked as an answering machine. So my phone was tied into my computer as an answering machine. And that's how I got my messages. So when I came home, I looked at my computer screen, and there was a message from my friend Wes Alexander, a cartoonist who lived in Ohio, originally from Texas. And he was at the meeting, and I clicked on his message, and he said, hey, Mark, it's Wes. Great seeing you at the meeting. And boy, you probably heard the news. Wow, I'm stunned. I just can't believe it. Absolutely unbelievable. Wow, just absolutely unbelievable. Okay, talk to you soon. And he hung up. And I thought, what news? What? I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything on the radio. I heard nothing. What news? So I sat down and then booted up a browser and was able to go online. And that's where I learned that Charles Schulz had passed away. And they were also saying that the next day, which was Sunday, on the Sunday comic pages, would appearing would be the last Peanuts comic strip that he produced. And I was shocked. But this is why the memory is so clear in my head, is because we had the meeting, and then I got the message from Wes, and that's why I remember exactly where I was when I got the news. So I wanted to share that with you because so many of you out there have sent to the channel these wonderful Peanuts coffee mugs. Thank you all very, very much. They're absolutely delightful, and they bring back a lot of nice memories of the opportunities I had to meet Charles Schulz at various National Cartoonist Society events. He was a very, very nice man, and his very, very close friends called him Sparky, which I think was a great honor. I always called him Mr. Schulz out of respect, and always had a chance. He always had a spare moment to say hello and to chat with me and that sort of thing. And really, really a very, very nice man, a very talented man. And he really left a fantastic legacy and really touched the hearts and minds of many readers out there. So I just wanted to make note that it's been 25 years since the publication of his final Peanuts comic strip and of his passing. So a toast to a great man, a great cartoonist, a very nice man. And I'm so grateful I had the opportunity through the National Cartoonist Society to meet him and to shake his hand and have a few moments to talk cartooning with him. He was a very, very nice man. And thanks to the viewers out there who sent along these wonderful, delightful Peanuts coffee mugs. Thank you so much. They bring back a lot of memories of those days where I had the chance to meet Charles Schulz. Thanks again, everyone. Really do appreciate it. Well, here's your reminder that the Maggard Meetup takes place on April 26, 2025 from 12 noon to 5 p.m. at 124 South Winter Street in Adrian, Michigan, 49221. Tickets are $35 each. We'll have a link below where you can get your tickets and also where you can get all the information on the day's festivities. So again, April 26, 2025, from noon to 5 p.m. in Adrian, Michigan, the Maggard Meetup. I've got my ticket. I hope to see you there. Well, I wanted to remind you once more that the channel now has AutoDub technology available, courtesy of YouTube and Google. This allows this show and other videos on this channel to be translated in real time on the fly into Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. Just look at the lower right of the screen. There's a little gear there. Click on that, a menu will pop up and you can select the language of your choice. Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. Pretty amazing technology. So if English isn't your strong suit and one of these languages is one that you're more familiar with, just hit that little gear, the menu will pop up and you can select to hear this program in Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. Pretty amazing. Check it out. Well, here's your weekly reminder that the Monday Morning Mailbag is also available as a podcast. Simply get up to your favorite streaming service and search for Monday Morning Mailbag and more, Monday Morning Mailbag and more, and the Monday Morning Mailbag podcast, as well as our other podcast, Second Cup, will come right up. Both of those podcasts are available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube, and now iHeartRadio. Well, this morning we have some more photos of viewers with their new George coffee mugs. We're going to kick it off with something from viewer Matt Panter, who writes, "Here's a picture of my brother Jake with me holding our mugs. I'm on the right and Jake is on the left. He also switched to double-edged razors. He uses a Henson Plus and Mercur 34G with a tube of Parasso White Sensitive Shaving Cream and white pre-shave for shaving his neck. For me, it's the leaf twig for my head and the Edwin Jagger 316, DE89, or Henson Plus for my face. I also love the Parasso White Cream and white pre-shave, and I also use Sterling soaps, Phoenix CK6, and Ariana Evans Ultima." Wow, those are great razor selections and great soap and cream selections. Absolutely fantastic. And that's an absolutely wonderful photo of you and Jake and those George coffee mugs. I'm so honored. Thank you so much for sending that along. He also followed up with this particular photo here, and he writes, "Another thing, I looked over and George was propping up the phone for the family photo today. Thanks for the help, George, buddy." That's absolutely awesome. Wow. Matt, thanks again for a couple of terrific photos. And so great to hear that your brother Jake is now doing the traditional wet shave with a DE razor. That's absolutely awesome. And thanks again for the breakdown of what you use in your shave dens. Really, really wonderful. Thanks so much. Viewer Mike Parit sent along this photo and he writes, "Mark, this mug looks awesome up close and had very fast shipping. I like that the mug is lightweight, even being 15 ounces. It fits right at home on my coffee bar." Well, I looked at the coffee bar and I said, wow, that is really a wonderful setup. What do you got going on there, Mike? And he wrote back and said, "Mark, I have a Brewista kettle that I use to get the water to 75 degrees Celsius. I also have a Bodum pour-over maker that I got from Amazon. The light purple that can be seen behind these is a French press from Aldi's when I want stronger coffee or to cold brew some overnight. I rotate through coffee and try to get whole beans and grind them at home, but currently trying Wellesley Farms Golden Caramel Coffee. It's a light blend that has a slight caramel flavor. I like my coffee a little stronger than a Keurig can make it, and I found the pour-over is great as I can adjust my water to coffee ratio depending on the coffee I'm using. Both the pour-over and kettle are from Amazon. Wow, that's an absolutely fantastic and wonderful setup, Mike. And I'm so honored that George sits among such a great coffee brewing environment. Thank you so very, very much. That's absolutely fantastic. Amane Saman checked in, and the subject heading of his email reads, "Cups arrive safely to Canada." And Amane writes, "Hi, Mark. As you can see, my daughter and I have our new coffee mugs ready to go. Cheers, Abby." Abby, thanks so much for the wonderful photo of you and your daughter and the George coffee mugs. Looks absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much. That's absolutely great. What a great photo. Really, really appreciate that. And the mugs made it all the way to Canada. So if you're in Canada and again in the United Kingdom, you can order these mugs and they'll be shipped there very, very safely and arrive in good shape. So Abby, thanks very, very much for confirming that the mugs can be sent to Canada. Really do appreciate that. And thanks again for a really, really great photo. And thanks to everyone else who sent in these great photos. Matt Panter, Mike Parit, and again, Abane Saman. Thank you so much. And again, folks, if you want one of these George coffee mugs, whether it's the 30 degrees coffee mug or the Monday Morning Mailbag coffee mug or some other designs we have up there, just check out the link below, the timestamps in the video description below. Click on that link. It'll take you right to the online store, George Toon Shaving online store, and you can check out those designs and order a mug. Available in the United States, and we found out also shipping to the United Kingdom and to Canada. So thanks again to everyone who sent in photos. Really, really do appreciate it. They look absolutely great. And if you out there have a George coffee mug, snap a photo, send it in. We'll share it with everyone on the program. Well, what do you know? Coffee's getting low. That time of the show. Let's go back for a refill. Well, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope you went back for a refill. I sure did. Hang on 1 minute. Yeah, that's good. One left. That's it. One left. It's been a wonderful, delightful coffee, and highly recommend Columbia Medium Roast from Sterling Roastery in their Keurig cups. So there it is. One left, and we will be enjoying that down the road sometime. Not sure when, but it'll be extra special because it'll wrap up this particular Keurig cup collection of coffee. And a big thanks to, again, Mike Handel for very, very kindly and generously sending these along to the channel. Mike, thank you again very, very much. Again, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. Hey, we've got some great comments in refill. One more sip. Hang on. Yeah, that's great. That is absolutely great. And again, we're using the George 30 degrees coffee mug right here. George right there, 30 degrees. Yeah, these came out great. And again, on the backside, 30 degrees, a light touch. Let the razor do all the work, gentlemen. Yeah, really, really terrific. All right, let's get to some of these refill comments. We're gonna kick it off with something from Sean Staplefeld, who writes, "Okay, let me make my cup of coffee and let's watch this." That's great. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love that comment. Kicking off your day with a cup of coffee and the Monday Morning Mailbag. Sean, thank you very, very much. James Sefton wrote, "Mark, a Grand Slam 3MB again. A lot of information, and I'm drinking coffee from the George coffee mug. I hope you have a great day and the rest of the week." James, thanks very much for tuning in, and thanks very much for using the George coffee mug. Now, again, we're using the 30 degrees coffee mug because it says 30 degrees, a light touch, let the razor do all the work, gentlemen. And we got this email from Ken Frederick, who wrote, hey, Mark, just following up on our conversation started in the comments section last week. The caffeine quote was a riff on your let the razor do all the work quote. I put it in the comments section of a Monday Morning Mailbag a few years ago. You contacted me and asked if you could use it on the show. I said, absolutely, as I am happy to contribute to one of my favorite YouTube channels. Anyway, it's great to see it live on and now emblazoned on your coffee mugs. Take care, Ken. Ken, thank you very, very much. It's become a staple of the show. And really, really do appreciate it. We say it every Monday morning on the Monday Morning Mailbag, a good hot coffee, a trusty mug. Let the caffeine go to work, gentlemen. Yeah, I thought it was a great riff as well. So thank you very, very much for contributing that. It's just absolutely fantastic. And it is, it's on the Monday Morning Mailbag coffee mug on the back side of it. Well, here, let me show you. I'll show you right here. Here it is right here, the Monday Morning Mailbag coffee mug right here. And on the back, a good hot coffee, a trusty mug. Let the caffeine go to work, gentlemen. Yeah, absolutely. So thank you again, Ken. A great variation on 30 degrees, a light touch, let the razor do all the work, gentlemen. Yeah, and again, we use it every Monday on the Monday Morning Mailbag, and I think it's just been a great way to kick off the show. So thank you again very, very much. Mike H., who's very kindly sent in the current cups. Hi, Mark. Great Monday Morning Mailbag. Thank you. Fantastic segments throughout the show. Last week, I received my Henson AL 13+++ aggressive razor and shaved with it right away. It was really a great shave. Very efficient, but not overly so, especially since I have coarse whiskers. It was also smooth with zero irritation. All in all, a wonderful addition to the razor rotation. I was initially hesitant about the aggressive model, but also knew I didn't want something too mild. This has definitely hit the sweet spot for me. Many thanks to you and to all your fellow subscribers who provided feedback over the past several shows about their experiences with the Henson brand. Well, I hope you have a great weekend ahead. Take good care and best regards, as always, Mark. And that comes from Mike H., who purchased this particular Henson razor model based on all the wonderful comments from viewers and fellow wet shavers out there. So thank you all very, very much. You allowed Mike to make a very well-informed decision. He selected a Henson model. He loves it. So a big thank you to all the viewers out there for contributing to the comments and letting him and others know your experiences with the Henson razor. And a big thank you again to Beth Jones for sending along that newer model Henson razor that we reviewed and showed on the show. Absolutely fantastic. Beth, thank you again very, very much. Speaking of Beth, Beth Jones checked in. Good morning, Mark. Great 3MB. Congratulations on your beautiful new Omega shave brush. Wow, have a nice rest of the week. Yeah, Matt Panter sent in this absolutely beautiful, beautiful Omega Elite GT Series shave brush. Well, you know what? I'm going to go get it. Hang on a minute. Let me get it. Okay, here it is right here. Now, I haven't shaved yet today. I'm thinking about, shaving after I record this or maybe waiting a day. I have some other things that I want to review, but I've been using this brush with many of my recent shaves, and I used it again yesterday, and it is so very, very soft. I love the color scheme here. This salutes the McLaren Motorsports Racing Team. These are their colors, and it's a synthetic knot. It is uber, uber soft. It has moderate backbone, so it's going to splay out and really do a nice job face lathering is my guess. It works great with shaving soaps. I've used it with shaving cream. It's absolutely wonderful. It does a great job. The one thing I noticed, it has some really, really nice flow through. And on the first use of this, it didn't throw off any hairs at all. So this is really, really built and produced and made very, very well. So it just looks great. It feels great. So just wonderfully, wonderfully soft. You can get these at Maggard razors, so check them out. And really a terrific shaving brush. This is, again, the Omega Elite GT series. Comes in a variety of color themes, saluting motorsports racing teams. This one is the McLaren racing team right here. Absolutely fantastic. A big thank you to viewer Matt Panter for very kindly sending this along to the channel. Matt, thank you again very much for allowing me to share this wonderful brush with all the viewers out there. So yeah, thanks again, Beth. It's just an absolutely fantastic shaving brush. So thank you again. Really wonderful. Hey, all the way from Norway, we hear from Bjarne Solhog, and he writes, "Dear Mark, thanks for another interesting episode of the Monday Morning Mailbag. It was fascinating to learn about the vintage Old Spice available off eBay. It made me wish to share this little anecdote. I found an old bottle of the original Old Spice from the 70s after my late uncle, a warm-hearted person who we loved very much. He taught me and my brother fishing and lobster and crab trapping on the west coast of Norway when we were young, middle school. Great memories. The bottle was almost full, and while I don't really use it on myself, I put a small drop on my hand and rub it in. It reminds me of my uncle and all the wonderful times we had." Wow, Bjarne, that is absolutely wonderful. What a wonderful story, a wonderful anecdote. And again, this is why we love, or one of the reasons why we love the traditional wet shaving so much. It's that connection to family members, the past, fond memories, wonderful childhood memories. Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that. Really do appreciate it. And this is in reference to Greg Pisante sending along Old Spice aftershave from the 1970s. We have got the review. I'm editing the review right now, and we'll get it uploaded so you can see it. We review it with the Old Spice shaving cream that Greg sent along to the channel a while back. And yeah, we use the Omega brush to whip up that lather. So hopefully we'll have that up in the next few days here, get it scheduled so you can see it. It was a great shave. And the Old Spice, the original vintage Old Spice, was absolutely wonderful. You can get it on eBay. And again, check out the previous Monday Morning Mailbag where Greg gives some tips and tricks on making sure you get the correct amount of a vintage Old Spice bottle from some of the eBay sellers out there. So Bjarne, thanks again for a really terrific anecdote. Really do appreciate it. This comes from RJ Wright 30. RJ Wright 30. Excellent 3MB and that Omega brush. Oh my, I gotta get one. Love that handle color. Have a great week. Again, this salutes McLaren Motorsports Racing, and it is absolutely awesome. An awesome color. So RJ, I think you'll love this brush if you do get one. Again, it is very soft. Wonderful performance from the shaving brush. And again, big thank you to Matt Panter. RH Day Shaves writes, "Another excellent 3MB, Mark. Thank you. And thank you as well for confirming what I thought I saw on the Henson Razorhead. Now, if they'd add a bit of knurling," yeah, this was in regards to what RH Dave pointed out in the Henson Razorhead. Check out the previous Monday Morning Mailbag. There are these little sloped indentations on the Razorhead that allow you to get a better grip when you're attaching and detaching the handle, tightening things up. Yeah, a really nice feature that we missed on our initial review. So thanks to Dave for passing that along. I'm going to have to check out what my library may offer on 3D printing too. That's a great deal. Let's see here. Oh, the completed CB Brushworks brush is brilliant. Well done to both Chris Borab and Jonathan Peoples. It's beautiful. Will Chris be taking his brushes public anytime soon? I'm sure I'm not the only one who'd like to support his efforts. Cheerio and have a great week. Yeah, well, when we know that Chris will be offering these to the public, we'll let you know. He donated a few for a giveaway, and we've given those away. And Jonathan Peoples did a great job in affixing a knot to his particular brush handle. Last week's Monday Morning Mailbag featured photos from Jonathan of that, and it's really really good looking. I mean, just a great knot that he got at Maggard's, and the knot color complemented the handle color so very, very well. So check it out last week. It really, really was terrific. And yeah, Chris has done some great work with these artisan brush handles that he's making. And CB Brushworks, not public just yet. We'll let you know when that happens. So Chris, if you're watching this and you've got an update, please comment below or drop me an email and we'll pass it along to all the viewers out there. So thanks again to RH Dave Shaves. Really do appreciate that. Andrew Hill, 1965, writes, "Good morning, Mark. Great show. I'm having a cup of hazelnut coffee by Entenmann's. A nice, smooth coffee. The whole show was great. Enjoyed the new Shave Gear segment as always. Have a great week. Are you eating Entenmann's crumb cake with that? I think that's a law. If you have Entenmann's coffee, you have to have an Entenmann's pastry. I'm almost certain about that. Or at least an Entenmann's bagel. I think they make bagels, don't they? Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Entenmann's makes a bagel out there, and that would be perfect to go with Entenmann's coffee. So thanks very much for that, Andrew. Really do appreciate it. Matt A, 8034 writes, "Hey Mark, really great 3MB. I love everything vintage. Traditional wet shaving. I have the same Henson razor that you've got, also in copper. To find out that it's a vintage design is even better. Take care." Yeah, we mentioned this in last week's show. The Henson razor is based on a vintage design. Because we had a viewer, I can't remember his name now, my apologies, said, "Hey, the Henson looks great, but I prefer a more traditional razor style, a three-piece razor, a more traditional kind of looking razor." That's fine. I understand that. And he thought that the Henson looked a little too futuristic. Turns out the Henson was designed by a guy named Samuel Henson in 1847. He was originally from England. I think he came to America, Anyhow, Henson, improved on that design, and that was their inspiration, the original Henson design. So even though it looks futuristic, it was based on a design from 1847. So yeah, it really is kind of a neat little bit of history there. So thanks very much for that, Matt. Really do appreciate it. Let's see. Jeff Palmer writes, "I'm late to the party. I did get to enjoy the 3MB with my new 3MB mug, but then work blew up. Hence the late comment. Man, you got me thinking about a titanium Henson now, TI Henson now. I know it won't really be an improvement over the AL13 except for bragging rights. Might have to put that on the Christmas wish list. Thanks again for the video and have a great rest of the week." I think maybe that the titanium with its additional weight will add to the already great shave that the Henson delivers. And Jeff said, "Hey, you know what? That's a good point." So I think he's even closer to maybe getting a Henson titanium after we sent along that particular talking point. Jeff, let us know what you ultimately decide to do. Would love to hear your thoughts and comments and review on the Henson titanium if you do add one to your shave den. So thanks very much for that comment. This comes from Steve M. 1563, who writes, "The Blackland rectangle razor is definitely a unique design. They make some great products. The Osprey is an incredible shaver. I also must say the Vector is probably the best AC razor, and I really like the feel of the Blackbird. I'm curious on the price of the rectangle. Have a great week." Well, I haven't seen any updates on the rectangle just yet, Steve. I have been checking and I don't see anything. If I do see something after I record this, we'll put the link below. We'll also try to note it on screen if it comes just in time before we do our final edit and upload, that sort of thing. And if we do hear something after the Monday morning mailbag is already in place, then we'll have it on Second Cup, because that's why we decided to create Second Cup for some late breaking news and that sort of thing. So if we hear anything on the rectangle razor from Blackland that doesn't make it into the Monday morning mailbag broadcast, it'll be included in second cup. Well, we're breaking in because we just learned that Blackland is now selling the rectangle razor on their website. Here's a screenshot of it just before it went on sale, which is why you see the sold out icon there. They have not yet flipped the switch at the time I took the screenshot. But as of Saturday, February 15th, 10 a.m. Pacific time, the rectangle razor from Blackland, batch 002, is now available for sale. So, Steve, thanks very much for that comment, and thanks for the endorsements on the Osprey and the Vector from Blackland. Folks, we'll have a link to Blackland razors where you can check out all of their offerings. And that wraps up this week's refill segment. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some new wet shaving gear. Well, this morning we have an absolutely spectacular, wonderful razor that came courtesy of viewer Matt Panter. Now, we showed you some photos of Matt and his brother Jake. Both have embraced the traditional wet shave, and Matt very, very generously sent along the Omega Elite GT Series brush to the channel. He also sent along a really, really wonderful razor. Now, a few years ago, we received the Edwin Jagger 316 stainless steel razor from a viewer named Daniel Maldwin. Daniel, thank you again very, very much. It was the first time I had heard of the razor, and using it was just a delight. We have the review still online on the channel, so if you missed that review, check it out. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful razor from Edwin Jagger. Stainless steel, knurled handle, really, really nice. But they also offer the 316 with a variety of colorful handles. And that is what Matt sent along to the channel. And here is the packaging right here of the 316. And I want to do an unboxing of this on camera for you because it was really a unique design of what they have here. But before I do that, let me just share with you what Matt wrote in part to me. He said the Edwin Jagger 316 in ice blue, light blue has become my favorite razor. I'd like to send you one from Shave Nation. Any color you want. I know you have the knurled already. Well, I chose the ice blue, light blue as well, one of my favorite colors. And knowing that it was Matt's favorite color and setup, I thought I'd experience the same thing. But here's what he wrote later on in an email. You've taught me so much. When I first started shaving with a safety razor, it was so different and strange to me. And I would watch your videos and be inspired to keep practicing 30 degrees, a light touch, and letting the razor do the work. And I would remember that mantra, and I got better and better and really reduced my neck and skin irritation significantly, which is why I was told to try a safety razor. It seemed like such an odd sort of an idea to me at the time, but it worked, and I thank you for teaching me and helping others learn how to do it and what products to try. Well, again, Matt, thank you very, very much. But all credit goes to all the viewers out there. They're the ones who, like you, have sent in great reviews and sent in products to show to viewers and to review and that sort of thing. Because you sent in this Omega Elite GT Series shaving brush, this is how I discovered it through you. So thank you very much. And other viewers now know about this shaving brush because of you. So thank you very, very much. And thank you for the Edwin Jagger 316. We are going to review this. We're going to compare it to the knurled version so that viewers out there can make an informed choice if they're looking at this particular razor. But check out how this is packaged. This is a sleeve container. So when you open it up, it stops right there. It has a little bit of a plastic, I guess you could say like a little bit of a plastic door here that comes away. This is the first time I'm going to be pulling this out. So you pull that back and there you have the handle, the anodized handle, grooved blue handle with the base plate, the cap, and some feather blades. So let's just take this out here like this. So first time I'm taking this out, this is absolutely beautiful. This is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that. It is definitely beautifully, beautifully polished and finished. Okay, and we're going to get this handle out here. We're going to leave the blades in there. So I just want to get this handle out. This is a blue, this is the ice blue handle right here. And here it is right here. Boy, that is absolutely gorgeous. And already the grooves or the fluting on here really offer a wonderful, wonderful grip. This is going to be fantastic. And it's going to change up the weight a little bit, but here we go. So what we have here is we have a stainless base plate and cap. We have, I believe, a stainless collar and end cap or knob at the bottom, and an anodized grooved handle body right here. And it all, look how that goes together. Oh my gosh. That goes together so beautifully. And look at that. That's absolutely beautiful. Okay, and the stainless steel knurled version does have a little more weight. You know what? Let's just weigh it on the fly here. I got my little scale right here. And on this scale, here, we'll weigh up the, and this is set to ounces. So we'll weigh the stainless razor, and it looks like it's 2.94 ounces. And then we'll weigh the blue-handled version, and it's 2.21. So it is a little bit lighter, probably going to be a little more maneuverable, but this handle has such a wonderful feel to it. The knurled handle is more traditional, and yeah, that's very, very good. But this grooved handle here, and the blue color, and the stainless accents, and the stainless cap and base plate, boy, that is just stunningly good looking. Absolutely fantastic. We're going to get a review done of this. And boy, it just fits together like hand in glove. The fit and finish of this base plate and cap. Look at that. Look how that goes together. You can see the posts. You can see the threaded post here, right? But you can see the other two posts come through the base plate and they remain flush with that. And look how that fits together. Look at how that fits together so beautifully. So it is. Here's the thing, I just noticed this, and I may have pointed this out in my review. It's a post and tab kind of configuration there. Can you see that? So it has a combination of a post and a tab there. Okay, see that? And that's what we have here. We have a hole for the post, and we also have a little bit of a semi-slot here for those tabs to fit in there. No wonder this seats so beautifully well. Man, that is some really precise engineering. That is quality. That is forward thinking. Wow, that's nice. Okay, and let's just take a look at the 316 that we have here. Yeah, same kind of configuration. Okay, right there you can see post and tab right there. And then you can see the hole with the little bit of a slot there. Same kind of configuration. Now, the one thing I'm going to have to remember to do is to keep this cap and base plate with the knurled handle, and make sure I keep this cap and base plate with the blue handle. Yeah, they both just look great. Look at that. Here they are side by side. And yeah, we're going to do a comparison shave. We're going to shave with this one first, and we obviously will be using the Elite, the Omega Elite GT shave brush. But absolutely just a stunningly beautiful, beautiful razor. And again, my thanks to Matt for very kindly and generously sending this to the channel and allowing me to share with all the viewers. Again, viewers make this channel, and I am so very, very flattered and honored that you make time to watch the Monday Morning Mailbag, and that the viewers contribute in so many ways to the channel. Thank you all very, very much. And again, a big thank you to Matt Panter for sending along the 316 razor with the grooved blue anodized handle. It is just strikingly good looking. It feels great in the hand. And based on my experience with the knurled version, this is going to deliver just an absolutely superlative shave. Again, I haven't shaved yet, and this is going to be my next shave. I'm probably going to let this go one more day, and we're going to tackle the beard with this shave and this brush. And yeah, and it's going to be, I'm really, really looking forward to having a shave with this razor. So There it is, folks. We'll have a link to Shave Nation where you can check out this razor and all the different colored handles, the stainless steel knurled version, that sort of thing. And a big, big thank you to Matt Panter for very kindly and generously sending this along to the channel and allowing me to share with all the viewers. And again, it's because of viewers like Matt and others out there and their wonderful contributions to the channel that leads to some great information so fellow wet shavers and viewers out there can make informed decisions on what is available out there for the traditional wet shave. So Matt, thank you again very, very much. Folks, we'll have a link below. Larry Sablotny checked in with a quick heads up, and he writes, by the way, look at the Leaf Razor webpage. They have a new shave bowl and brush. Check it out. You may want to use it next week for new shave gear. Yeah, check it out, folks. We'll get a screenshot of it here and show it to you right now. Leaf Razor has a brand new shave bowl and brush available. We'll have links below to where you can check it out yourself. And looks really, really beautiful. A really striking design to that shave bowl. Looks like it's going to whip up heaps and heaps of lather based on the overall look of it and the interior of the bowl. And the shaving brush also has a design to the handle that complements the interior of the shaving bowl. The shaving bowl appears to have a nice compact design, but still plenty of room to build heaps and heaps of lather. Really, really neat looking shaving brush and bowl. And of course, the price for that is coming in at $69 for both of those. Two colors available, black, and it looks like the other color is sage. So check it out from Leaf Shaving, Leaf Razor, shave bowl and brush. My thanks to Larry Sablotny for sending this along to the channel. Larry, thanks again very, very much. Viewer Jonathan Peoples won that beautiful CB Brushworks red brush handle. And he went about ordering a knot. And again, check out last week's Monday Morning Mailbag because he showed his completed shaving brush, that beautiful CB Brushworks handle in red, along with a beautiful shaving knot. And here's what he wrote to the channel. Mark, thanks again for the opportunity to win the red brush handle. I am enclosing a sample of Martin de Candre shave soap I ordered you when I ordered my shaving brush knot. I apologize it for being so small as I thought it would be larger, but it will give you a chance to review it on the channel. I hope you enjoy trying it. Thanks again and keep up the great work, Jonathan Peoples. Jonathan, thank you very, very much. And from the description regarding this soap, I think it's going to be more than enough because here's what they have to say about this particular Martin de Candre shave soap, Agrums, it's A-G-R-U-M-E-S. Can you see that on the label there? I think it's Agrums or Agrumes or Agrums. I'm not entirely sure how it's pronounced, but it's A-G-R-U-M-E-S. My apologies if I mispronounce this particular name here. But as they write on a product page I came across, Citrus Agrums by Martin de Candre is a soft and delicate fragrance with a base of citric essential oils, lemon, grapefruit, and bergamot. The soaps will create a refreshing feel that will stay throughout the day and is suitable for any skin type. For more than 40 years, Martin de Candre manufactures the finest handmade shaving soaps in the world in Marseille, France. At Martin de Candre, everything is made with a very manual and long process. Everything is weighed by hand and manually processed because this is the right way to create the best shaving soap in the world. Manufactured by a hot saponification process without the addition of any preservatives other than vegetable oils and potassium, the soap is scented by essential oils while it is still hot. The long drying and aging process after this step takes around 4 to 5 months and creates a very dense soap with an exceptional scent and composition. The soap has a remarkable longevity, and a 200-gram jar will last for over a year for a typical daily wet shaver. Okay, so there you go. It sounds like this sample is going to last a long, long time, and this scent is beautiful. Oh my gosh. This is a beautiful lemon, grapefruit, and bergamot scent. I'm getting like a lemongrass kind of scent forward. Oh, this is marvelous. And it is very, very dense. It looks like I'm going to scoop out a little bit, put it into a lathering bowl, and I'm going to get heaps and heaps of lather. This is going to last a good long time. And I am so looking forward to trying and reviewing Martin de Candre. And really, I mean, this is absolutely fantastic. So, Jonathan, thank you very, very much. Don't sweat the size. This looks like it's going to be more than enough to review on the channel and also to use in upcoming reviews of other shaving gear items, because it does, I can feel that it does have a density there to it. Yeah, it is packed in there, and there is a density there to it that is going to lend itself to make heaps and heaps of lather just from a little bit. So it's going to be interesting to see how much I scoop out on that first review, because as many viewers out there know, I love to scoop my soap. I love to load that brush and to have more than enough lather for the entire review, the entire video. But this one I am going to purposely back off on, take a little bit, put it in the bowl, build a lather, and see what the result is. My thinking is a little bit is going to go a long, long way. The scent is marvelous. We're going to link to the webpage where we got all this information, and you can check it out yourself. Yeah, it is very, very pricey. Very, very pricey. Let me just put it to you that way. But I've heard so much about this from other viewers over the years, and now I finally get a chance to try it and share with all the viewers. So a big, big thank you to viewer Jonathan Peoples for very kindly thinking of the channel and sending this one along and allowing me to share with all the viewers. Jonathan, thanks again very, very much. Citrus Agrums, I hope I pronounced that correctly, from Martin de Candre. We'll have a link below. Well, this morning we got a couple of back-to-back reviews for Phoenix Shaving Black Bot Shave Soap. First up, we hear from Bill Murphy, who writes, "Hi Mark, I recently received Phoenix Shaving's Black Bot. Black Bot is an homage to Black Belt, a scent from back in the 1960s from the same company that marketed High Karate. I was around when these were in the stores, but I do not remember how they smelled, so I can't speak to how close it is to the original Black Belt. I'm not great at describing scents, but will say, in my opinion, it is in the same category as Sundown. If you like Sundown, I think you will like Black Bot." Now here's the scent profile: bergamot, lavender, labdanum, oak moss, cedar, tonka bean, and musk. Wow, that's absolutely fantastic. And thank you so much, Bill, for passing this along. Really do appreciate it. We love Sundown. Sundown was highly recommended by the late Mark Bagwell, and we brought it into the Shave Den. It's marvelous. And if you say Black Bot is in the same category of Sundown, well, folks, you got to put it on your wish list. Absolutely. Bill, thanks so much for the recommendation on Black Bot from Phoenix Shaving. Well, we also heard from viewer Spooky to Scary regarding Phoenix Shaving's Black Bot. And he writes, "If you're looking for a review of Black Bot, I got your back. If you like musk and woody notes, Black Bot is the king of musks. I love every musky scent Phoenix Shaving has put out, from John Frum to Low Haiku. Black Bot beats them all. It's different enough from their other musk-forward scents that I'd recommend, at the very least, picking up a sample. One of my favorite things about the scent is that there's no talc note. I personally am not a fan of powdery notes, and I don't detect any powdery talky notes at all. Well, spooky to scary, thanks very much for that. Really do appreciate it. That little bit of information regarding a powder note, very, very helpful to a lot of wet shavers out there. I love John Frum. John Frum is one of my favorite scents. I love Sundown. Sundown is absolutely fantastic. And if you are saying that Black Bot is even better than John Frum, and Bill Murphy is saying that Black Bot is in the same category as Sundown, well, you know what? I'm absolutely sold. So, gentlemen, thanks very much for the review of Phoenix Shaving's Black Bot. Folks, we'll have links below. Well, we also have back-to-back reviews on Rockwell razors from both Dan Blackshear and Tyler Fike. These were the razors that the gentleman purchased from Gold Palm Accessories at a really steep discount. They received their razors and they decided to send in these reviews. First up, from Dan Blackshear. Mark, my Rockwell 6S arrived today from Gold Palm Accessories. When I heard you share about this deal on Second Cup, I went on the shop app immediately to check it out. I was able to get the Rockwell 6S matte finish for $46. The total was $56 with shipping. The packaging was really nice and everything was just perfect from shipping. I had my first shave with it today and I now understand the love for this razor. This is my first Rockwell razor. I needed another razor like I needed a hole in my head, laugh out loud, but could not resist that price, and I had to give it a try. I figured if I did not like it, I could give it to my son. I love my .95 timeless, so I used the 5 and 6 plates, and the shave was incredible. Smooth, efficient, and it felt like the razor was on autopilot. I used Gray's Vetiver soap from Wet the Face, Don's Vetiver Aftershave Splash from Wet the Face, my Wet the Face bowl, my Frank's Badger brush, a Rex blade, and Floyd Vetiver Aftershave balm. Wow, a BBS shave with zero razor burn. I now regret not getting this razor to start my journey 2 years ago. I am grateful for the information shared on Monday Morning Mailbag as well as Second Cup. Thank you so much, and this is a razor that will be staying in my rotation. I love it, and my son will have to get his own. Laugh out loud. As always, thank you for all you do for the wet shaving community. And George says, hello, blessings, Dan Blackshear. Dan, thanks very much for the review. Really do appreciate it. All credit goes to Tyler Fike for the heads up on this deal from Gold Palm Accessories. I believe it was Tyler who alerted us to this originally. So Tyler, thank you very, very much. Speaking of which, Tyler went ahead and obtained a Rockwell 6C for his shave den from Gold Palm Accessories. And he writes, Mark, wonderful 3MB. I haven't tuned into the Second Cup yet. I probably will during my shave in a little bit. So I've had a few shave with the 6C, and it really is a wonderful razor. I do prefer my 6S over it because of the heft and ruggedness of it. However, the 6C gives you the same shave as the 6S for half the price. If someone were to ask me which razor to get, the 6C or the 6S, I would say it depends on what you're really looking for. If you want a razor that is well built and will last you many years if taken care of properly, then go with the 6C. But if you want a razor that is built like a tank, will last your lifetime and the lifetime of whoever you pass it down to, then pay the extra money for the 6S. There really is no big difference in the delivery of the shave from either razor. The results are the same for both of them as well. Like I said, really the only big differences I can think of are that the 6C is a little lighter weight and it glides across your skin a little bit easier than the 6S. Also, the 6C is made in China and the 6S is made in the US. Either razor will give you an exceptional shave and last a long time with the proper care. I couldn't detect any major differences in tolerances from the 6C or 6S other than maybe the handle threads. There is a tiny bit of slop when threading the 6C handle on, whereas the 6S feels more precise and tight. All in all, the Rockwell 6C is a fantastic razor with the option of choosing an aggression level that fits your skin and beard type. Whether you get the 6C or 6S, you can expect a smooth shave on any of the plates, very little blade feel, and BBS results almost guaranteed. I hope you have a wonderful week, Mark. God bless. Tyler Fike. Tyler, thanks again for a great review on the 6C. Really do appreciate it, and thanks for comparing it to the 6S. That's wonderful. A lot of great information from you and also Dan regarding these razors, so that viewers out there, if you're considering these, you'll be able to make an informed decision. Again, these came from Gold Palm Accessories at some really nice discounts. So whether you buy the razor from Gold Palm Accessories or from Rockwell Razor themselves or from Amazon, you're assured of getting a very, very finely made razor. Tyler, Dan, thanks again for the reviews. Really do appreciate it. And here's something a little different from viewer Abene Samant. And he writes, "Hi, Mark. I know it's been a long time since we talked about coffee percolators, but my poor old original coffee percolator I purchased a little over a year ago is not doing well. To be fair, I use it on a gas stove and the handle has melted. I tried an aftermarket silicone grip, but it did not really help much. After doing some research, I decided to buy a Ztanley Camp percolator, which is designed for open flames. It's all metal and there is a removable silicone handle, so I am optimistic that this will last me for many years." And he also included a link to this. So we wanted to include this in new wet shave gear because we talk about wet shaving gear, razors, brushes, and also coffee. So if you're looking for a new coffee percolator that you can use on the stove, check out this one from Ztanley, the Ztanley Camp percolator. And we will also have a link below as provided by Abene Samant. Thanks very much, Abby. Really do appreciate it. This reminds us that Rodney Ripplinger also, in a recent Monday Morning Mailbag, maybe about a year ago actually, also was looking for a camp stove kind of a percolator as well, and said he was looking at the Coletti percolator. "Hi, Mark. I'm thinking of getting a Coletti percolator. And this is also a camp type percolator that you can use on a stove with an open flame." So we will link to that one as well. Rodney, let us know if you ever got that percolator. I don't know if we ever talked about that. If you did, my apologies for not recalling, but please send along an update of what you think of the Coletti percolator if you did get one. So there you go, folks. Two great choices for percolators you can use on the stove with an open flame. One from Ztanley, one from Coletti. We'll have links to both of them where you can get them on Amazon. Check them out. Abby, thanks again very, very much for sending this along. Really do appreciate it. And that wraps up this week's look at new wet shaving gear. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some of these questions and comments. Well, as we mentioned earlier in the show, we have something a little different here, a change of pace in today's questions and comments segment. And this comes from viewer Weezer, also known as Mitch. And this is regarding hummingbirds and cold weather. And Mitch writes, "Hi, Mark. Since you were recently discussing cold weather, thermostat settings, etc., I thought I'd chime in. Also, for anyone interested in helping winter birds that are usually missed in feeding during the winter, I thought it wouldn't hurt to say something on this subject. We live in the Pacific Northwest, western Washington state, about 30 miles from the Canadian border. We usually get moderate winters without a lot of snow and temps in upper 20s to 40s Fahrenheit. The last two winters have been the exception. Although western Washington is on the coast, we are at a higher elevation, so we get more severe weather than residents off the I-5 corridor. We have had 1 to 2 feet of snow and temps from 0 to 12 degrees Fahrenheit overnight. We also keep our indoor temps on the cooler side for the same reasons as you. The birds I am referring to are hummingbirds. On the West Coast, we get Rufus and Anna hummers. That's spelled A-N-N-A. I believe that's pronounced Anna. Rufus and Anna hummers. The Rufus usually return south and journey 1,000 to 1,500 miles to Southern California, but we also have 2 to 4 Annas who stay the winter. This year, it's 4. The feeders freeze below 24 degrees Fahrenheit in an hour or two, so I built a heated feeder when it's below those temperatures. If we leave for the day or don't want to keep swapping out feeders, this does the trick. I think the reason why we have hummers decide to stay in the winter is that they are older and don't feel they can make that long journey. I don't know if you get any hummers in your area, but if you do, it is likely that some stay the winter. Anyway, for anyone interested in building a heated feeder and important information about their winter care, please send them my email address and I would be happy to give them info about building a heated feeder and other things. The first picture of the feeder has a hummer sitting just to the left of the cord. This picture didn't come out very well, but it was the best shot I could get. If you zoom in a little bit, you can see her just as she is landing on the feeder. Stay warm and well this winter. Regards, Mitch. Hey, Mitch, thanks very, very much for this. And yes, we get hummingbirds in Northeast Ohio. And the rule of thumb I have always heard is after Labor Day, take in your hummingbird feeder. That encourages them to make that migration journey. I never realized that they might stay the winter. So this is really, really helpful information. Now, for those of you who want to receive this information from Mitch, all you have to do is send me an email to mondaymailbag@gmail.com. mondaymailbag@gmail.com. But in that email, put in the subject heading, humming. Put the word humming in lowercase, humming, and it will auto-reply back to you with Mitch's email address where you can contact him and get all this wonderful information that he is going to share with you regarding hummingbirds during the winter months if they didn't make that journey back south. So, Mitch, thanks very much for this information. Really do appreciate it. Again, folks, email me at mondaymailbag@gmail.com. And in the subject heading, write the word lowercase humming, Humming, and that'll trigger the auto reply, and you'll get an email with Mitch's email address, and you can contact him for all this great information. Mitch, thanks again very, very much. We received this email from viewer Glenn Martin, and the subject heading reads, My Three Sons, Season 1, Episode 17, More Shaving Scenes. And Glenn writes, Hi, Mark. Once again, I was channel surfing today, and much to my surprise, I surfed on the Decades channel, catchy comedy, just as Fred McMurray was in the bathroom shaving. I did a very superficial search and found out the episode I saw him shaving in was Season 1, Episode 17, titled Mike in a Rush. It first aired on Thursday, January 19, 1961. It appeared he was using goop from a can because he was applying it with his hand and not a brush. He was definitely using a short-handled DE razor. Hard to tell what make or model. It's a relatively short scene, around 10 to 14 minutes in the episode, and the razor is hard to make out because he has enough shaving soap foam on his face to wash a 1961 car. I was surprised to read in my brief research online that often there were DE shaving scenes in numerous episodes of My Three Sons. Perhaps one of your shave scene detectives could do a more extensive research on this matter and report back to you and us with their results. As always, best regards, Glenn, a.k.a. Bug Chief. Well, okay, folks, if you happen to watch My Three Sons or you've seen any of these scenes of Fred McMurray shaving, what safety razor is he using? And we first talked about this on Second Cup a few weeks ago, and it allows me to repeat that you're surprised that there are a number of shaving scenes in My Three Sons. Well, as I understand it, this is because Fred MacMurray had in his contract that he was going to film all of his scenes before anyone else filmed their scenes separately. They didn't shoot all of episode 1 and then the following week shoot all of episode 2. No, what they did was Fred MacMurray came in and filmed all of his scenes. All the scripts were written. They filmed all of Fred MacMurray's scenes probably within the first 2 or 3 weeks. And then he left, and then the rest of the shooting schedule was picking up all the other scenes with all the other cast members for those episodes, and then they would edit everything together. So they would take Fred MacMurray's scenes that he filmed, in the first 3 weeks and drop those in with what they had just recently filmed. So perhaps that's why Fred MacMurray had a lot of shaving scenes, because they had the setup and the scripts written so that all he had to do is stand there and film different scenes for different episodes of him shaving. And maybe they changed the towel, maybe they changed the shirt that he was wearing, maybe who knows, maybe they even changed the razor. But that's my understanding, that he was never there for the full season shooting, the first show, then the second show, then the third show. He filmed all of his scenes and then left, and then the rest of the cast filmed all their other scenes, and then everything was edited together. And Fred MacMurray was long gone, so if they didn't get anything with Fred MacMurray, who knows? Maybe they would have to try to work around some way. But all the scripts were written before they started filming, and they filmed all of his scenes first. He left, and then everyone else picked up their scenes, and everything was edited together. So that's perhaps why you always see Fred MacMurray shaving, or you always see him in a hallway, or you always see him, in similar areas of the house or the yard or the bathroom, because they're filming, 3, 4 shaving scenes, maybe 4 or 5 scenes in the hallway, that sort of thing. So I thought that was kind of interesting, and it kind of ties into what you've offered us this morning. So if anyone out there knows what safety razor Fred MacMurray was using in all those shaving scenes in My Three Sons, comment below and let us know. Glenn, thanks again very, very much. Hey, we got this heads up from viewer Tim Whitcup, who writes, go to Sharpologist.com and in the search bar, enter Best Selling 2025. This will give you the article, The Most Popular DE Razors by Sales, at Sharpologist.com. Well, we've gone ahead and done that already, and we have a link to that page where you can check out the most popular DE razors by sales for 2025 at Sharpologist.com. My thanks to Tim Whitcup for the heads up on this, and a big thank you to Mantic59 for providing the information. Folks, again, we'll link to this page if you want to know what the best-selling razors are for 2025, the most popular DE razors by sales for 2025. It's right there at Sharpologist.com. We got a link below. Tim, thanks again very much, and a big thank you to Mantic59 for some great information. Jim from Northfield checked in with this, and he writes, hey Mark, great 3MB as always. Regarding the original Old Spice, I have many new old stock sets of the aftershave and cologne. They smell delicious. I also have many pucks of the soap as well. The performance is outstanding and will compete with any modern artisan soaps. Unfortunately, those pucks lose their scent over time. I have a remedy for that. I simply place a teaspoon's worth of the original aftershave onto the puck, swirl it in, and allow it to dry. The scent is wonderful. If you come about a vintage puck, you must try it. You will not be disappointed. Jim from Northfield. Hey, Jim, thanks very, very much. There you go, folks. We talked about this wonderful vintage Old Spice aftershave cologne that Greg Pisanti sent to the channel. We've got a review done on it. It's absolutely wonderful. And Jim is letting us know that the original vintage Old Spice shave soap pucks offer wonderful performance, and all you have to do is add a little bit of that vintage aftershave cologne to the puck, and you've got a wonderful Old Spice scented shave soap puck, as just as if it came off the shelf back in the day. So Jim, thanks very, very much for this really, really terrific tip. Really, really do appreciate it. And that wraps up another Monday Morning Mailbag. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below. Let me know. Check out all the wonderful artisan soap makers and sellers that you see displayed on the bottom of the screen right now. They make and offer some wonderful artisan shave soap. They also offer some wonderful wet shaving gear to enhance your traditional wet shave. The next time you're online, please take a moment, pay them a visit. I sure would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Also, check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/Mark080, where you'll find all the Amazon listed products that I review in this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in a snap very easily. I'll leave you with this laugh. Hey, we have another double take cartoon puzzle this week. Try to find the differences between the two cartoon panels. If you need more time, just pause the video or try to find all the differences before time runs out. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Make it a great week.